It's okay, but not an amazing rule because they'd have to be combat based. You'd want them shooting otherwise. But subtracting -1 leadership for units within 7 inches and psychers -2 is pretty good. Leadership, as I've said many times, is so much more important in this edition. A lot of units are leadership 7. This guy's leadership 8, so this guy, if it was against him, would go to leadership 7. All of a sudden, you only got to take a couple of casualties and you're averagely losing models at the end of the turn. So it's pretty solid. It's okay. I wouldn't rate it too highly, but it's okay. So his weapons, blight grenades and crack grenades we've been through. So a plasma pistol, 12-inch range. Pistol 1, strength 7, -3 AP, damage 1. You can supercharge it, in which case you do an extra strength and damage, so it becomes strength 8, damage 2, 1 shot. But obviously you can kill yourself. If you roll a 1, it blows up, so probably not worth the risk, because it does kill him. It's not like it gives him a more wound, it does kill him. And then Cursed Plague Bell. So it's a melee weapon, strength of the user, AP, dash and damage 2. So considering it's strength 4, no AP, damage 2, it's not going to do that much. It's a plague weapon, so you get the reroll once to wound. But to be honest, I was actually really hoping for something cool from the Plague Bell. I thought the Plague Bell would do something quite brutal, like maybe be strength of the user, AP dash. It's quite hard to wound, but when it wounds it does D6, because it's like the icon of Nurgle. It's like dripping in toxins and disease, but it really doesn't do much at all, to be honest. So he's for me, a little disappointing, really. But it depends how cheap he is. He's 64 points. He's 71 with his plasma pistol. And 80 with the Plague Bell. So to be fair, he is only 80 points. So maybe you'd take him if you wanted that advanced bit as well, because then you get the leadership bonus, negative to the enemy, which is quite good. He's cheap, and you'd get the advanced rule. But if you don't want the advanced rule, to be honest, for 80 points, I'd prefer to spend those 80 points elsewhere. Now, obviously, these guys can be a unit. It says a single model, but it does also say in the description here, whilst they are within 7 inches of any noxious blight bringers. So you might be able to add more, but it does say character, so I'm presuming these guys are going to be on their own, in which case I don't really rate them. Maybe in a unit, they'd be pretty good, but I'm not too excited by them. So Plague Marines, so into the troops, so they're power 7, 5-inch move, 3+ weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength 4, toughness 5, so that's cool. So the Plague Marines have kept their higher toughness, their toughness 5 base, 1 wound, 1 attack, leadership 7, 3+ save. The Plague Champion has an extra attack and extra leadership. Unit contains 4 Plague Marines and a Plague Champion. It can include 2 additional Plague Marines to make Nurgle's number of 7, or 5 additional Plague Marines if you want to. They all get disgusting resilience, so you have got a unit with toughness 5, 3+, 5+, so they are a tough unit. They are Nurgle, just as we'd expected. They're going to be tough to shift from anywhere, so that's good. That's what they should be. The Plague Champion is equipped with a Bolt Pistol, Plague Sword and Power Fist. Plague Marine is equipped with a Plasma Gun and a Plague Knife. All other Plague Marines are equipped with Bolt Guns and Plague Knives. All models are equipped with Blight and Crack Grenades. So I'll go through some of the weapons here. Again, we've seen the Blight and Crack Grenades, we know what they do. The Power Fist, which is what the Plague Champion has, is melee times 2 strength, so it'd be strength 8, -3 AP, D3 damage, and you get -1 to hit when using the weapon because it's a bit unwieldy. But obviously that's a lot better than striking last, which is what power fists and things like that used to do. So really, it's pretty good, really. That D3 damage is pretty good. The -3 AP is pretty good, so that's pretty good. Now the Plague Champion also has the Plague Sword, so this is the other option. So it starts off worse. It's strength of the user and AP dash, so that's automatically a lot worse than the Power Fist. It's also only damage 1, so it's still worse. So there's a rule at the end, it's got to be good. A Plague Sword is a plague weapon, so you can reroll 1 to wound, but you can reroll all failed wounds. 2, 2, 2. I'd use the Power Fist literally every time because he's only got 2 attacks, so re-rolling wounds is like, well, he might have missed 1 to hit anyway, so re-roll to wound, yeah, okay, he gets a wound, but it's then minus no AP and damage 1, whereas with those 2 attacks you could really swing. You're hitting on 4s, but you're getting -2 strength, -3 AP, D3 damage. I much prefer the Power Fist out of those two. But it comes with both, so it's a bit of tactical flexibility for you, so no real complaints. The Plague Knife, which is what all the Plague Marines are armed with. So it's a strength of the user, AP dash, damage 1, plague weapon. So effectively it's just a combat weapon, but you get to reroll 1s to wound. It's a nice little bonus. I mean, these guys aren't really made for combat, so rerolling 1s to wound is a nice little bonus just to give them that edge. If it's them versus standard Marines, your toughness 5 and your reroll 1s to wound are probably going to see you through. Plasma gun is exactly the same as the plasma pistol, except for it's got a 24-inch range and it's rapid fire 1, but the same supercharged, same AP, same damage. So covered that. Bolt guns, 24 inches, rapid fire 1, strength 4, AP dash damage 1. So again, very standard weapon that they have for the most part. So you've got 4 Plague Marines with bolt guns and plague knives, 1 with a plasma gun and a plague knife, and then the champion. So you've got 3 of the original, sorry, 1 with that. Then the plague champion is equipped with bolt pistol, plague sword, and power fist. So let's see how many points these guys are. So as a standard, they're 21 points a model. So if you had 5, they're 105 points. A lot of their weapons are free. Got to play for the plasma guns, so that's 118, because that's 13 points. $118, and then the plague sword's 3, so that's 121, and then the power fist is 29, so it's like 150, I think. I believe that's correct. So it's 150 points for the 5 of them. It's pretty good, and they're going to come cheaper after that, because you're forced to have the power fist, plague sword, plasma gun, all the added extras, which you may well take anyway, but you may not. It boosts the squad up, whereas if you then just add 5 more Marines to make it a 10-man squad, which would obviously be really tough to shift, it doesn't go up to 300 and it goes up to 250 because you're not taking the extra weapons. So it'd be 250 for 10. I think they're bang on the points value. I don't think they're cheap, but I don't think they're expensive. They are very tough. That toughness 5 with the disgusting resilience save's great. The damage output, though, isn't anything to shout about, really. And they are obviously reasonably expensive, so pretty good, pretty solid choice. Good at holding objectives, while the better units maybe go out and do the damage. Cool. So we're on to fast attack. So the bloat drone is power 10, so he's going to cost a little bit. He's a single model. He's equipped with 2 plague spitters, and a plague probe. He's disgustingly resilient. So he's got as a stat line 4+ weapon skill, ballistic skill, toughness 7, 10 wounds, leadership 8, 3+ save. So his 10 wounds are going to be pretty hard to shift, being toughness 7, then having a 3+ save, and then having disgusting resilient. It's going to be quite hard to shift him, certainly. So that's good. So now we're looking for some damage output. He does go down, like all vehicles, on his remaining wounds, from strength 6 to 5 to 4, attacks 3 to 1, and movement 10, 8, 6. But actually, really coolly, he doesn't lose weapon skill, ballistic skill. So although he starts on a 4+, he never loses that. He stays on a 4+ the whole game. So that's really good, because most people lose skill. So that's cool. He has a 5+ invulnerable save, again, just to make him even tougher, typical Nurgle. So that's cool. So he's got a 3+ followed by a 5+ of either way. Then he's got putrid explosion. If bloat drone is reduced to no wounds, roll a dice before removing the model. On a 4+ it explodes, and each unit within 7 inches suffers 1 more wound. So again, that's cool. If you're in the middle of the enemy, does it say roll a dice before removing the model from the battlefield? What was it, each unit? It just says each unit, so that doesn't include your own. So make sure you keep it away if it's not got many wounds, because it will start hurting your own guys. So we're looking for these weapons to be pretty good. So Plague Probe is a melee weapon, strength of the user, which is starting with 6, then 5, then 4. -2 AP and D3 wounds, and it is a plague weapon. So that's pretty handy. So them charging into combat isn't too bad of a thing. When they've not got many wounds, it's a bit slow, but on 6 to 10 wounds, they're strength 6 with 3 attacks. They'd then have -2 AP, D3 wounds, and you'd be rerolling 1s to wound. So the Plague Probe is pretty cool. And the Plague Spitter is a 9-inch range, so unfortunately I've got to get quite close, but I suppose you can get closer than charge. Assault D6, so it's a bit unreliable, but it is D6, not D3, so it's okay. Strength of the user, so again it's degrading. -1 AP, 1 damage. A Plague Spitter is a plague weapon, so you get the reroll 1s to wound. In addition, a Plague Spitter automatically hits its target. So basically it's D6 hits at -1, rerolling 1s to wound. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Let's see how much it is. So it's 143 points plus the Plague Spitters is 17, so it's 160. On Plague Probe, it's 189. That's a lot of points. 189. I just don't know about the damage output really. I think 189 survivability wise is fine. Like I say, there's 10 wounds at toughness 7. 3+ save, 5+ invulnerable, or 5+ disgusting resilient. He's going to stick around for a while. Although strength and attacks go down, the weapon skill, bliss skill don't, so that's a nice little bonus. I'm just thinking whether these weapons are justifiable over 180-ish points. I'll let you guys make your mind up on that. I'm probably going to say not. I don't think they are. I don't think they'll do enough damage, personally. In combat or shooting. I suppose the turn they charge, yes, because the turn they charge you get the assault D6 and then you get your melee attacks, especially if you've got 2 or 3 of them, they could really hit a unit hard, although those 2 or 3 are going to be like 500 points. I suppose you could look at it that way. Are 3 of these worth an Imperial Knight? You know. But any other turn when they're just shooting or they're just in combat, the output just isn't really there for me, so... My own opinion. Leave your thoughts in the comments, guys. See what you think. Then got Pox Walkers, which I think are the last entry they are. So Pox Walkers are power 3. They're troops, so not a lot of power there. 4-inch move, so they're about the same speed as most Nurgle. Weapon skill 5+, bliss skill 6+, strength toughness 3, 1 wound, 2 attacks, leisure 4, and a 7+ save. I did see that the other day, and I'm presuming, unless I missed something in the rules, but again, please put in the comments if I am missing something, they basically don't have a save, and it's only if you can get +1 to your armor save from a rule or a psychic power or something like that. I'm presuming that's the only way they get a save. But anyway, it's a rubbish save, so it doesn't really matter. Leisure 4 obviously is really terrible. 2 attacks though is pretty good. Getting 2 attacks in combat. 1 wound, strength toughness 3. Bliss skill 6+ doesn't matter. Weapon skill 5+ is okay for something that's going to be so cheap. They're armed with improvised weapons. The unit contains 10 Pox Walkers, but it can include an extra 10, so you can have a unit up to 20. They do get disgusting resilience, so they are actually, you know, not too bad defensively. Curse of the Walking Pox. Each time an enemy model is slain by a Pox Walker in the fight phase, add 1 model to the Pox Walker's unit. So this won't happen a lot, obviously hitting on a 5+, only being strength 3, and only 2 attacks each, which is quite handy. But every time you do get a Pox Walker back, it's really useful because, one, getting a Pox Walker back is great, but also you can kind of reverse combat resolution. If you don't get battered, if they kill 5 and say you kill 2, you then get 2 back, which means you lose the combat by X amount still, but you've actually only lost 1 more model than them. So, you know, in the sense of numbers, it can really help. Mindless, Pox Walkers never have to take morale tests, so that's brilliant. So they never run away. You haven't got to worry about losing more of them to morale tests, so that's really useful in the new edition. So these guys are a really good tar pit. You know, you can have 20 of them. By the time you get to combat, say there's 12 left. And if they kill anyone, they get another Pox Walker back. They've got disgusting resilient. They never take morale tests. You've got to kill all of them. So they're pretty cool, really, as a good tar pit. And they'll look cool on the board, having your elite Plague Marines at the back, with maybe a tank on the flank, and then having this like shambling horde out at the front. A bit kind of zombie apocalypse. They'll look really cool. Then you've got Diseased Horde. You can add 1 to all hit rolls made for a Pox Walker unit in the fight phase if the unit contains more than 10 models. So again, early on, they are actually hit on 4s. So early on, they're actually not too bad in combat. 4s to hit, strength 3, 2 attacks, getting people back for when they kill. they're pretty solid actually. But obviously very soft in return, very soft to be shot at, slow. So I'm not trying to build them up to be a really good unit, but I think for the points they're going to be a good choice. An improvised weapon, basically it's just damage 1, strength 3 user, no AP. And how much are the Pox Walkers? So they're 6 points each. So 10 of them 60, 20 of them is 120, and no extra points. So I think they're a really good choice. I think 60 points for 10, you're basically going to have 20. Especially if you buy 2 Dark Imperium boxes, you're going to have 20 of them. 120 points. You can string them out at the front of your army and just slowly advance up the table. Try and bog down 1 or 2 units to stop them shooting, but also, if they're good combat units, stop them moving on and attacking your more vulnerable or your higher value stuff. So I think there's something we're going to see quite a lot of. They're very thematic as well. Like I say, I think they'll be really cool, just sort of slowly, meandering across the battlefield. But it's like slow doom. Can you kill them all before they get to you? So that's pretty cool. They can protect the Death Guard as well. Your valuable Marines, like this guy on the front cover. So that's the Death Guard book. I think it's got a lot of potential. The models are amazing. There's some cool background in there. And there's some really cool rules. Like I say, the heroes are pretty tough. They've got pretty good psychic powers. They've got good troops, both the Plague Marines and the Pox Walkers. The only thing I'm not sure about is the Bloat Drone, but again, we'll see it play some games and it might do really well. That's the only thing I'm a little not sure about, but everything else seems, really quite usable, if not very effective. So we'll see how they go. So thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe on the channel. Please comment. Let us know what you think of the Death Guard, and whether you'll be using them in the future, what ideas you've got for them. I'd love to see some background for some people's ideas for their armies. And thanks again for joining, and please look out for any future videos which should be coming soon. Thanks for watching.